Hello everyone, welcome. We're going to do some math here today, and what we're going to focus on this week is dividing with decimals. Now today specifically, we are going to divide when there's a decimal in the dividend. So we'll have our divisor be a whole number still, and see how we do that. Now before we do any of that, I just want to look at division, just a division problem with whole numbers. I've got one here on the board. It's 124 divided by 4. And what I want to do today is make sure we remember which of these numbers is the divisor, which one's the dividend, and why. Okay, so if you guys think back to September, October, when we first did this here in school, we had said that this second number here is our dividend, divisor, excuse me. That's the divisor because it's the number that we are dividing by. When we say this 124 divided by 4, we've got our divisor, right? And then this means this first number is the dividend. It is the number that is being broken up. In this case, it's being broken up into 4 groups, 4 equal groups, okay? So let's look at this with a decimal problem. So I'm going to write the problem on the board here. We are going to look at 72.36 divided by 6, okay? So if we remember, this second number is our divisor. It's the number we're dividing by. And here's our dividend. This is the number we're breaking up into equal sized groups. So the way we're going to do this using long division, we're going to put our division bracket right here. And if you can remember again, in this division bracket, we always put the dividend inside, and the divisor goes on the outside with our quotient, our answer, being up top. Okay? So let's take our problem here, and let's put the pieces in the correct spot. Okay, so I'm going to redraw my bracket here, and we are going to have my dividend, like the number being divided, in the center, so 72.36 divided by 6. Right? So, if you guys remember again, the very first thing we do here, if there is a decimal in the dividend, like we've got right here, all we need to do is take that decimal and move it straight up into the quotient. Once we've done that, we could even act like that's not there anymore, and we're just going to divide this as if it was a whole number, right? So we'll go through and say, all right, does 6 fit into 7? It does once, right? So we're going to do that. We take away our 6. We have 1 left. Bring down our next number. All right, let's keep going. Does 6 fit into 12? It does, twice. And that's 12, so we subtract, we're left with a 0. We bring down our next number and we say, does 6 fit into 3? In this case, it does not, so it fits in 0 times. Bring down our last number, and does 6 fit into 36? Which it does 6 times. So we subtract this last time, and it equals 0. So in this case, our answers, we've done this, is 72.36 divided by 6 is 12.06, right? So we've done this before, okay? So what I want to do now, I want to give you guys a problem to try. So what I need you to do on your piece of paper or on a whiteboard, however you're doing this at home, I want you to write the problem 28.42 divided by 7. And I want you to try this at home. So what I want you to do really quick, before you start solving anything, just take this problem, pause the video, and write this problem inside your division bracket. Okay, so pause it really quick and do that. Okay, perfect. So now that you've got your problem written out, I'm going to do mine as well for you up here. So again, my divisor always goes on the outside. My dividend always goes the inside of this bracket. Right? And remember, the very first thing you should do before you start worrying about any of the division, the very first thing you guys need to do is take that decimal and move it straight up into your quotient. Okay? So go ahead and do that. And now once you've done that, I want you to pause the video again and solve this problem. Take a couple minutes and just go through and solve it. Tell me what the quotient is. Okay, thank you guys. So now that you've done it, I want to do it here and I want to check and see how we did. Okay? So let's go ahead and go through this together and ask ourselves as we divide. Does 7 fit into 2? In this case, it does not. It fits in 0 times, so I'm going to move to the next digit. Does 7 fit into 28? It does. 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28, so I'm going to subtract 28 here. and I'm left with 0, so I bring down my next digit and ask that same question. Does 7 fit into 4? It doesn't, right? So if it's in 0 times, so I write my 0 in the quotient, bring down my next digit, it's a 2. Does 7 fit into 42? It does. It fits in 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42, so we are left with 0. So 28.42 divided by 7 equals 4.06. Hopefully you got that. If you didn't, that's fine. Give it another try. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So the last thing we need you guys to do today is on Google Classroom, we have created an assignment for you. There are 6 problems we want you to do where you are dividing a decimal by a whole number, just like we just barely did together, okay? So go ahead and log into Google Classroom and go through and answer those 6 questions. It's in a Google form, and then that'll be it for today, for your math. Good luck. If you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and email myself, Mrs. Nelson, or Mrs. Greer, and we can help you with that, as best we can. Hopefully you guys are enjoying and figuring out how to do this from home, the schooling from home. It's a new thing, but you guys, you're doing great. Keep up the good work, and thank you so much.